All right, here we go.
Here we go, guys.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go, guys. We're going in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. This is the That's BS podcast. I'm your host, Brian Snyder, the hostess with the mostest. You can check me out on all the socials at TheBrianSnyder and also the website, TheBrianSnyder.com. Today, I'm here with a guy that I absolutely love, my brother, my mentor, my shoulder to cry on. You are.
Okay, I guess if you say that, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the Steven Arias. How are you doing?
Man, I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
Been some crazy 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. I can breathe. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I
we're
am
good.
glad you're back in Texas.
Yes.
Finally getting to deal with your BS all over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pick it right up. It's just waiting for me at the door. Like, hey, you got this over here. So, hey, we're back at it again.
I mean, you didn't even, come at me with like love and all that stuff when you came in. You were just kind of like with your hateful words all the time.
Hey, you know I'm back.
I love it though.
It's not hateful. It's just love. That's how I show love. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to be back home. But had a family emergency. So, but thank God that it's taken care of, and we can come back home and just start creating, and excited for some stuff that's coming up, and yeah. So let's see what happens.
Hey, well, so let's talk on that. People who know you, man, I mean, we've been on so many lives together. So I don't think we necessarily have to do the whole like, who are you? What do you do? All this stuff.
No, we don't have to do that.
But I mean, they can always go back into the other episodes and check all that stuff out. But we are in a new space.
We are. We definitely are. We're in the studio now. We get to do podcasts here at the studio. We get to take pictures here. We have our own office now. Like, we can go edit and just chill, listen to music, have a couple of drinks.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see Brian having some old fashions. If you ever come in here, that's what he'll be drinking.
More than likely.
More than likely.
And for you church people, water.
Yeah. H2O.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. We have a space, and I'm happy. I want to thank also Tally. I know Tally was on the podcast as well. So I want to thank him for the opportunity that he gave us to have a space that where we can come and create. And to be honest, sometimes you approach things and like you say, "Oh, I want to have this. I want to do this." But then sometimes, like, when the opportunity comes and that door is open, you walk into the situation and like, damn, how am I going to pay for this? You know?
Yeah.
And then you start thinking like, well, you were asking me this, like, and I'm a guy, I believe in God. I don't know what whoever's watching this, whatever you believe in, but yeah, I'm a guy that's, I'm founded in the faith and stuff like that. So definitely prayer, it's important for me.
Mm-hmm.
So just praying about it, and God opened this door, and here we are. We got a space, and that we can call home.
Yeah. Finally.
But
so like that was one of the things that talking with Tally about, and even Austin too, like when this opportunity was presented, it was, at least on my end, it was like maybe later.
Yeah.
But then you were kind of the one that really was like, dude, if not now, then when?
Yes. And that's the thing. It's like, here this is. I was trying to like, I don't know what's the word I want to use. Like, kind of be disappointed that I walked in here and I was going to see something and I was not going to like it. Right. But that was just me trying to make excuses for not to be part of something that, that we can come and create and, have access to it 24/7, and stuff. And, but I was like, man, I got to stop that. Like, why am I thinking negative? Like, and sometimes you just got to jump,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And like, 'cause if you don't jump, like, how are you going to find out if that's going to work for you? You know? So we just had to jump,
Yeah.
and here we are, we're still paying the rent, so we're still here.
We're paying it early.
We're paying it early, you know what I mean? And we get reprimanded because we pay it early.
Where do you ever get in trouble for paying early?
I've never seen that. I have never seen that. But hey, what's called our landlord, he just gets mad when we pay him early.
Yeah.
I
mean, as long as he doesn't kick us out.
Yeah. Hey, we're paying early.
Yeah. We never signed a contract, so.
So yeah. So by the way, you'll have your rent by this weekend.
It's June's rent.
It's June's rent.
And it is April what?
And it's April what? 15th, 14th?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. So but yeah, man, we just, sometimes you just got, and just in life in general, I just think you need to jump. Because if you want to be an entrepreneur and whatever you are into, I don't care if it's like you want to be a dance teacher, you want to do video, photography, whatever it is, modeling, whatever, and you want to open up a business so that you can teach people, you just got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? And you just got to jump. And then if you fail, okay, you failed, but at least you tried. You know what I mean? I tried it. You know what I mean? If this fails, which it's not, because I think when you have a great group of friends, that I think that's key. Yeah. The people that are around you is super, super key. And then also when you have a business plan, it should work out. You know what I mean? And then if you promote yourself the right way, people are gonna come, especially once they see your work. Your work speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, there's times that I can't do everything. I'll call you. I said, hey, can you do this for me? Because I really can't. I'm too busy. So,
right.
But yeah, you just gotta jump, man. You just gotta, whatever it is, like, you gotta take that leap of faith and just pray that, you know what, God is gonna provide, and this is gonna work out.
Yeah. And again, I mean, you have really been one of the loudest voices in my life to just jump and do things, to have faith in myself and believe in myself, because there's a lot of things that I talk myself out of, and you're always like, bruh.
No, we it's normal, right? We're human, right? Because who wants to go into a business or go into something and and it doesn't work out? You don't want that. You want it to work out. Everybody wants to be successful, right? So sometimes you want, like, yo, I want to just, God, show me a sign that I want to see something and I'm not gonna like it, and you're just telling me you want me to pull out. No, it's just you know what I mean? That's you're trying to pull yourself out of the situation, and that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to pull myself out of the situation. Was like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. You know what I mean? But it's been working out, man. Like March. We opened March 3rd? We kind of opened something like that in March?
Something like that.
Somewhere in March. And man, I'm having clients all the time here. Headshots and stuff. And we recorded a podcast for somebody else. You know what I mean? So it's working out.
Yeah.
We're doing something right.
Yeah. We need to have a grand opening.
Yes, we haven't had a grand opening. We definitely got to do that.
Yeah. Like, have some old fashions here.
Some old fashions when they walk in, like mimosas or something. I don't know. But we definitely got to have something for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure, and invite some people, invite some friends. I may even have a little DJ over there. You know what I mean?
Oh, shoot.
So,
do you know a DJ?
Yeah, I do. Shout out to Justin.
Okay.
He knows. You know Justin.
I know Justin.
Yeah, he's married to Jennifer, model.
Oh.
He's a DJ.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah, he's a DJ.
All right. Yeah, we'll bring her in too.
Yep.
I haven't seen them in a while.
Yep. She wants to record her podcast here too. She has a podcast too.
Oh, snap.
Yep. So.
All right. Sweet.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, Justin's a DJ.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So I had a train of thought, and It left. So,
Come back.
oh yes. So,
Like, see,
uh,
see. I speak and like it just happens.
Hey, roto kabeshe. Thank you, God. So failure when something doesn't work out. You said something that is very, very important. We've kind of talked about it multiple
Bro,
times.
we talk about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, especially on our lives. If you haven't
Mhm.
watched our lives, they go wild. And you're probably like, well, I don't see them on Instagram. There's a reason why they get deleted right away.
Yes. Oh yes.
And it's not my fault.
Yes. I plead the fifth, but continue.
I mean, with what Tally said, and then with what Austin said in his episode, like, good God, I don't remove the embarrassing things. I just keep them in there. Why not?
Yeah, it's part of life.
Yeah. So yeah, like failure on those things that don't work out, but having the people to be able to kind of pick you up and just remind you who you are is a very important thing. That was one of the things that we talked about really early on in my journey.
Yeah.
Back in, I want to say it was October or so, because I didn't want to pick up a camera. And you forced me.
I was shocked when you told me that you didn't pick up a camera for a year.
Yeah. And I didn't want to anymore.
I was very, very shocked.
Yeah. Like just in the space I was in and experiencing failure. And then you coming and I mean, at that point we were already like, if we don't hear from each other in a couple of days and it's like, are you still alive?
Yeah. But you know what? I think it's like that's what happens is like when you have a great circle of friends.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not saying you got to have an entourage because, yeah, you don't have to do that. When you have like a couple of one, maybe two or three, you know what I mean? And we have more than 2 or 3 people that are in our circle.
Yeah.
And we're always constantly checking in and stuff like that. And when you have those people that ground you, you know what I mean? You're like, if they care about you, right? If they truly, truly care about you, they're not going to let you fail. Yeah. Right. But again, like that also says that you have to put some of your part, like you have to give like a 50, you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to do the whole work for you. You know what I'm saying? And so when you're putting in the work, all right, I see him putting in the work. He's trying. And all I want you like that, what I want to see is I just want to see you try.
Yeah.
And people sometimes don't try.
Yeah.
People just want the easy way out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. We have a lot of microwave creatives.
Oh shoot.
It's like they're like hot pockets. You know, like a hot pocket when you have a hot pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like like sometimes when you put it in the microwave, right?
Oh, that's great.
You put it in the microwave, right? Right? And it's like hot outside, but when you like bite into it, like mad cold inside. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like they're cold. Like they want to be lazy. And you gotta put in the work. Like I
love that.
You gotta show me that you're putting in the work. You're putting the effort. That I see. Yo, he's trying. Yeah. All right, let me extend my hand. Okay. Well, you're going wrong about this because you're doing this, that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Okay. Now I'm seeing like then you and I'm just putting that as an example. Like you're gonna say like, okay, yeah, you know what? I didn't see that way. You know what I mean? And so sometimes that's how we want to see is you trying. You know? You know how many people said, yo, I want you to teach me. I want you to do this and this and that. Okay. But I just don't see you. I'm not going to just give you everything that I know. Yeah. I want to see you try on your own. Right. You know what I mean? So, okay, he's trying, you know? But if you're waiting for me to call you, that's not going to happen.
Right. Yeah. I love that though. The whole microwave creatives. Oh, that's great. That is good stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's true, bro. Like it's like people are just want the easy way out.
Yeah, too
You know,
lazy.
too lazy. Like we're like when all this stuff that we have learned, like in photography. I just do photography. I'm doing video. Now, you don't see me doing video right now because right now, you know what I'm doing? Nobody's seeing me, but I'm in YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
I know I'm about to pick your brain and pick Tally's brain. And like, but right now, let me put in the work, the groundwork, and just watching YouTube videos. How I learned photography was watching YouTube videos. And like, I failed at most of the stuff, like anybody else, like you just want to throw your shit away, you know? But thank God, shout out, you know what I mean, to like Barry himself. Like we got together, he taught me some stuff. I was able to teach him stuff as like, the business side of photography as well. Because at the end of the day, I'm more business, minded, because I really feel that creatives, sometimes when it comes to the business part, and this can be like a whole other like, podcast or episode where like we're bad when it comes to the business stuff, like bad, like, and I, I'm mad at myself because how I began, I was bad. Yeah. It was bad. Like until it was like somebody like shout out to DJ, to Don Hopkins. He like one time he sat me down like, you doing what? And like I thought he was gonna kill me. Like, and he wrote stuff down for me like, this is what you're gonna do, this is what you're gonna do. Like if somebody wants if you're offering 5 edits and then they want extra pictures, you're gonna charge this for each picture. I'm like, oh, you can do that? I said, yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Like, so I was just bad. I was bad. So, and that's the thing about, you know what I mean? Taking the time, sit down, learn, take a business class. You know what I mean? Yeah. Doesn't have to be all photography, you know? So, yeah.
So then what's been your biggest fail that you've learned from in your whole journey as a photographer, as a creative in general?
Man, it's just also like it'll be that like it'll be a mix of things, like the mix of like the business side, like how much should I be charging, and then the other part can be like the creative side, like, man, how do I get my lighting right? How do I like the edit, like, because there's so many components, right? Yeah, it's just not like I'm gonna point and shoot a camera and that's it. Yeah, there's more to that. Okay, when the picture comes out, whatever editing software you're using, okay, how to like color grading and all that, dodge and burn, and so many things going on. You know what I mean? So for those clients that are out there, if you think we're setting, well, I don't do presets. If you think we're doing presets, we're not.
There's some people you can tell.
Oh yeah.
It's those microwave creative.
Yeah, there is some that don't even edit. Like, you know what I mean? They just take the picture and that's it here. And like, no, we touch nothing. You know what I mean?
They shoot in JPEG.
Yep. So, like, yes, you do have that. And that's why I said, like, there's too many microwave creatives. Yeah. You know what I mean? They just want the easy way out. And I just really think that we should put in the time. And I think we all can win. Yeah. Because I've always said this. I cannot shoot everybody in San Antonio. Yeah. You cannot shoot everybody in San Antonio. Right? And even like if we bring even Tally into this, we bring all our friends, Aaron, everybody, Austin, like Marcus, everybody that's part of our group, like we cannot shoot everybody in San Antonio. Yeah. There's just too many people. Yeah. So I really think that we should, as a creative, whatever you do, I don't care if it's freaking a shirt, sewing, whatever, like you need to take your time. You need to like invest in your craft. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think it's really, really important that when there's workshops, when there's like creative meetups and you have to pay, like, because you want everything free. You know what I mean? Like, like why can't you invest in your business? Yeah. You know what I mean? People these people that are successful in their business and that they're making a lot of money, you're not gonna tell me that they didn't invest and went to a conference to make more money and to get more profit. You know what I mean? Get more out of their employees. You don't think they invest? Of course they did. Well, why can't you do the same as a creative? Invest and go to conferences, and support your local artists. I always say that. If there's a meetup and I can make it free or they're charging, I'm gonna try to go and support. You know what I mean? Even if I don't take on my camera, but I want to go and support.
Yeah,
I think it's really important.
Absolutely. I think one of those guys, definitely big shout out to Adam.
Yeah, Adam. Yep.
Shutterpoint. If y'all ever see those things come up on your Instagram feed, I think they're about to do one too.
May 3rd, I think it is.
Yeah, so this episode's coming out before then.
Yes.
So go sign up. I think the event is free.
It is a free event.
But even like the offer that they've got going on with him teaching people off camera flash, like that is a huge like plus for people.
Yes. I mean, there are so many things just not want to be, even people that want to be models.
Yeah.
There are so many people out there that are willing to help. There is a lot of resource here in San Antonio, Texas, but you just got to go out. Like stuff is not going to fall on your lap. You know what I mean? So if you don't go out and start knocking on people's doors, it's not going to happen if you're just sitting at home and waiting for something to happen. You know what I mean? So we got to stop being like, microwave creatives. Yeah. I think I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
Dude, that'd be great. Oh my gosh.
Nobody better not see you. I'm gonna register that name right now. Once we're done.
At Microwave Creatives on Instagram.
Yep.
And then we'll just get terrible photographers.
Yep. This is what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
So
we should start a whole series like that.
Oh my God. They'll be waiting for us outside.
We won't tell them where the studio's at.
Yeah. Well, when you got those stalkers. So.
Oh, dude, for real.
That's all I need.
It'll be the That's B and S podcast.
But it's really important. I think you need to, as a creative, you need to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
You got to.
Because even when we had the photo walk in Eagle Pass, it was crazy how shy people were to ask. Just like, how do you do this?
A simple question. Yeah.
Yeah, like, dude, people are here to literally just answer whatever. We're not going to be like, you don't know that?
Yeah. And the thing is that people think that, and I get the point. I get how people feel, especially when we went to Eagle Pass. People think that you're going to gatekeep. You know what I mean? And I know there's a thing about gatekeeping. It's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time, right? I sometimes have to gatekeep because of the fact that I'm not just going to give you everything that I know.
Yeah.
When how I said, I haven't seen you, like, you want to learn, but are you putting in the work?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because once I see you posting stuff and I see, okay, he's putting in the work. All right, let me reach out. I'll reach out to you. You know what I mean? I don't mind reaching out to you. Yeah. I definitely said, and I've been doing that lately, being more intentional with things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I want to see people grow.
Yeah.
There's going to come to a point in my life I don't want to be doing this no more.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm just going to want to venture out and do something else. You know? And why am I going to go to my grave and not share the stuff that other people taught me? You know what I mean? So, but I do want to see you putting in the work, though. I'm not just going to hand you like the handbook, like here. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, there definitely has to be some effort shown, which, like, even with people that have asked me for help with, which is a whole other thing. Like, people asking me for help, and depending on who that person is, what I've seen, then that'll be either my green light or my red light on whether or not I want to help out. Because I don't mind helping people. Like, I'm all in for it.
Yep.
But again, if you're just a microwave creative, then I ain't here for that.
See, you're using it too. But here's the thing too, is like there's people that have an agenda.
Yeah.
and you have to know how. You have to have the eye for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to find out when those people have an agenda.
Yeah.
But there's people that have an agenda that just come, whatever, and you like, yo, what happened to this dude? Like he's completely gone. You
Yeah.
know, so you got to be careful with that because there's people that do have agendas out there.
Yeah, and that's another reason why it's good to have a circle too, because maybe someone in that circle knows about that person.
And trust me, we will find out.
Yeah, we will.
You know, because we do some digging in, and you know, we do some CIA stuff here.
Yeah. They will disappear.
They will disappear.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that is the thing, though, man. Jeez,
You all right, bro?
I was I was getting so upset. I was about to throw this thing. No, but man, yeah, no, that's definitely true. Just the fact that there are people who don't care genuinely about the art of it, just care about the clout and the likes, and that's really about it. And they just want to grow their Instagram and all that stuff. And it's like, that's not what it's about. Like,
No, it's not. For me, I've gotten to a point, like, we know there's algorithm I can't even say the word.
algorithm.
There you go. How Instagram is working now, right?
Yeah.
And I was getting pissed. Like,
Yeah.
like I was getting like thousands and thousands of likes. And I know Instagram has turned into, you know, reels now and videos and stuff like that. And I wish Instagram can go back to like where, why can't pictures receive some love too? Like the way videos are receiving love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's meet halfway, right? And I would get thousands and thousands of likes. Now, I mean, shoot, I don't get that much. But it came to a point in my life, I'm just like, okay, who am I doing this for?
Yeah.
Right? Am I doing this for them, or I'm doing this for me?
Yeah.
And sometimes I felt like it came to a point, like I felt like I didn't want to shoot no more, right? It came to a point in my life where it was like I was doing it for the likes, and I was not doing it for the love of the art, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you kind of like fall out of that first love. You know what I'm saying? When you have that, you know how it is. You know, when you have that first crush, you know what I mean, or your first girlfriend, or that you know, that girl that
and then it doesn't work out.
And then,
thanks.
That's another episode.
I'm leaving.
That's another episode.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I fell out of that first love. When it came to that, where like I just didn't want to shoot.
I didn't fall out of it. It just didn't choose me anymore.
Oh, we're going there now?
I'm just saying. It was like, hey, well, you know, bye. Like, what? Like, I don't even, yeah.
Yeah, return to sender.
No. I got returned to sender.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Return to sender. You know what I mean?
Like, I didn't even know there was a return policy.
Well, the warranty was warranty, so I had to send it back.
I mean, it fell within the year.
Yeah,
so
right there. And it's what
yeah.
Apple products have year warranty. So, but going back, I lost my train of thought now. Shoot, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
I don't know. I'm just sad now.
He said I'm just sad right now. But no, we have to shoot. I lost my train of thought because of this now.
Send me Cash App money for coffee to make me feel happy again.
Yeah, send it for his therapy session too. He's gonna need it after this. What were we talking about, Brian?
First love.
Oh yeah, okay, got it. So I lost that first love, and I was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. Yeah. Like I got to a point I wanted to sell my equipment. Yeah. You know, and sometimes I was not doing it for the love. So now I don't really care anymore. Yeah, I don't really care if I get 100 likes, I get 100 likes. I don't really care. I'm doing it because I love what I do. I have a passion for what I do. So when they're saying like, oh, you need to post at a certain time or whatever. Yeah, it's true. Yes. But I don't care. I'm not going by their rules. I'm going, if I feel like posting something on Sunday at 8 a.m, I'm going to post it. Yeah. I really don't care. Yeah. Because I do it for the art. You know? And if you see it or don't see it, it's not gonna bother me.
Yeah.
Because I do it for the love of the art.
Yeah. And that's where I'm at too. Like doing it because I just love the art of it, and I've seen how it's grown. My creative side and my skill on all of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's grown beyond just doing it because I'm gonna put it on Instagram and this is gonna get attention and all this stuff. Like to a certain extent, with what I'm doing, yes, there's a purpose for it. Because like stuff that I'm doing with branding, like the In-N-Out pictures that I did.
Yep.
Like the goal of that is that if In-N-Out were to see them, they'd be like, "Ooh, I like those. Let's bring them in and see what else he can do with our stuff."
Mm-hmm.
Or if another company's like, "Wait a second, In-N-Out hasn't reached out to this guy. Let's beat them to the punch." What a burger. So like if there's a company out there that sees it,
Burger King.
hey, I mean, I'm just saying, whoever's willing to pay, I don't mind. Peter Hurley's the headshot guy. I'll be the branding guy.
Yeah.
So
come on, fat boy. Fat boy burgers.
okay.
Hello. You thought I was calling you fat? Damn, dude. It's Fat Boy Burgers. It's really out there.
I know. I completely forgot though.
It's really out there. Jesus.
I was like,
oh, damn, you're being all judgmental now.
I mean, my ex was.
Oh my God, bro. You need.
Bro, I was like, I mean, I know.
You need some healing, bro. You need some healing.
Hey, yes, Lord. There's a pastor that wants to come on the podcast and pray.
You're going to need more than a pastor, I'll tell you that.
I'm going to need a priest.
Priest, you need everything. Holy water, everything.
Hey.
Baptize you in the tub all over again.
Santo. Come on.
Definitely going to need that. But what you were saying?
What was I saying?
You were saying something. You're talking about for the art.
Yes. So like for me, yeah, like putting stuff out there that I genuinely like there's so many things that I haven't posted.
Mm-hmm.
If I did it for the likes and all that stuff, then yeah, I probably would have posted it night of.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know there are people who post things night of, and that's totally cool. But like for me, if back then when I first started, yeah, I wanted to get the followers up. I wanted to get the likes and all that stuff. And now, and I'm not like millions of followers. I haven't even broken 2,000. But like I'm kind of like, you know, I want to post something that I genuinely like.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody else likes it too, then awesome. And that's gotten like the attention of some people to be like, hey, how do you do that? And I don't like gatekeep either. Like my settings are literally on the picture.
Yeah.
Which reminded me of something you did a long time ago when you put the settings on your picture and somebody was like, what settings did you use? And you put like some totally
I think it was like the shutter speed was like, I forgot what it was, like 1/8,000 or something like that. And the ISO was, I don't know, like 2,000 or something like that. I forgot what it was. I think I still have that posted. But I remember, and people were like, "Oh my God!" Some people were commenting on it, like, "Oh my God, how did you get that with those settings?" I don't know, man. Like, it's just, I'm just good, and like, people just don't. Man, people don't read, bro.
Yeah.
People just don't pay attention to details.
Yeah.
So if the information is there, why are you asking me what were my settings?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm showing you also at what power I had my flash.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So you can go and do it. If you like it, go try it.
Yeah.
And figure it out.
Yeah. Because the other thing is, one of the reasons that I put those settings on there is so that way I can reference back to it and be like, okay, I did this for that shoot. Let me go and see what my settings were.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like a preset
Yeah.
where it may work.
Yeah.
but you're still going to have to fine tune some so that way it comes out to the way you want it to. But it's a good starting point. So
I always have a good. That's the good thing about when you shoot, right? And you do it all the time, and that's why I've always said that practice, right, makes perfect. You become good at what you do. So I can literally go outside at any time, right? And I know once I walk out the car, I already know in my head what settings I'm gonna have in my camera, right? I have a starting point.
Yeah.
Right. Now that I have a starting point, I'm not with the client trying to, oh, well, I'm almost there.
Yeah.
No, like I already have like at 2 clicks, I already know, okay, boom, I have to just adjust this a little bit better. And that's it. And I'm ready to go. And I'm not overshooting. I'm going to finish 45 minutes to an hour. I am going to be done. You know, and that's what a person changing with one outfit, you know, an outfit change. So in 1 hour, because if I'm there for 2 hours, right, 3 hours, because I've seen people shoot for 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's money that you're losing.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can go book somebody else, right, that same day, right? And you have an hour in between to get to your next location, or if you're shooting in this around the area, you know what I mean? That's more money that you can put in. But if you're shooting for 3 hours, bro, you're gonna be mad tired. You're not gonna want to take another gig.
Yeah.
So that's why I said you got to do your stuff. I've told you this. You have to do your stuff under an hour.
Right.
And you notice I've done that already when we even collab.
Yeah.
Like, we're done. Yeah, we're done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, once I have 5 good solid shots,
yeah,
I'm done. I don't need nothing else.
Right.
You're not gonna post all 20 pictures, 25 pictures that, you know what I mean? You're not gonna post them. You're gonna post the best, right?
Yeah.
So, and sometimes I don't even post all 5. I just post 3.
Yeah.
You know. So, but you just gotta, as creative, we gotta learn how to manage our times. And because if you know how to manage your time and you shoot under an hour, I mean, you can go book something else in the day and make more money.
Yeah.
You know. But if you're shooting for 3 hours, you're outside for 3 hours in this Texas heat, bro, you're gonna be mad tired. And I'm telling you right now, that client is not gonna call you back.
Yeah.
Because their makeup already came off.
And so did the photographers.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That is definitely one of those things where, like, as creatives, you know, like you were saying, we suck at the business side of things. And that is one of those things that we have to remind ourselves, like, as a creative, yes, it's okay to have your hobbies, but if you're doing it as a gig, you got to change your mindset to business.
Yes. And another thing too is that what I want to see more out of creatives here is, like, shoot some clients, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be all models.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, go get me, like, I haven't done a model, like a collab shoot, in a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while because I've been doing clients.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, right? If I want the next big thing, I want to have that money there when that new camera comes out, whatever, or that new lens that comes out. So I got to make money. You know, I don't want to be digging into my savings because I want to buy something for my hobby. You know what I mean? I want to have that money there. Like, every gear that I have gotten, it's been through, especially, like, I mean like major purchases, like a lens or a camera. Like, I've done it like in a way where, okay, this is the camera that I got. The goal is I have to make $2,000. So how the heck am I gonna get to $2,000?
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting down, and okay, I'm gonna do an example. I will do like minis for like $100.
Yeah.
Right. We'll book like 8 people, same spot, like do family minis, and bam, 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 bam. You know, and I was done. Did my 8. That's $800 right there.
Right.
Okay, I need 1,000 more. So out next either I was doing Saturday and Sunday. You know what I mean? I will do that. You know, and get to that. So I was not digging into my savings, because when you start digging into your savings, right, and you start digging into savings and your check-ins, whatever you have, right, and it starts leaking into your, especially if you have a family and you're married. Now your wife or whatever, if you're living with your girlfriend, whatever, and you guys are living together, now they're seeing like, whoa, wait, you're digging into our savings, you're digging into our checkings. So now this is an issue.
Yeah.
Right. So I always never digged into my savings or my checkings. My bills were always paid.
Yeah.
They're still getting paid, So I think you need to learn how to budget yourself. Like if I want that lens, like, okay, how I'm gonna get that? Let me do a special. You know what I mean? And that's how I got all my gear.
Yeah.
I never digged into my savings or my checkings.
Yeah. Smart stuff, man.
Yep. You have to do it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, this stuff, this it's not cheap.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to the flea market to go find this stuff. You know?
Yeah.
You might find it in Facebook Market because somebody needs to pay their rent and it'd be dirt cheap. But I'm not saying like it's like that's once in a blue moon that you'll find something like, damn, this guy didn't know what he had, and and I bought it for dirt cheap. But and that never it happens, but that's not an everyday thing.
Yeah.
So little things like that, it costs like life in itself, general, like nothing is free. It has something. Everything has a value, right? So that's why I say like when there's a workshop, and I'm gonna look into this camera. There is a workshop coming.
Yeah.
Details are coming out, right?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Details are coming out soon, right? And it's going to be with 924 photography. We're planning something big for San Antonio, where it's a photo walk and workshop, right? So invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Like take the time to invest in yourself and come out and support. You know what I mean? I'm bringing people from other states that are doing great stuff and putting out great stuff, and their business is blowing up. And I'm bringing these people over here, you know what I mean, to invest. So when this stuff comes out, come out and invest in yourself, and so that you can grow your business, and you also can get new ideas. You know what I mean? How lighting works, how I get this moody feeling, how, you know what I mean, all that stuff that you want to learn. We're gonna have it in this workshop, So, and a little bit more, and there might be some giveaways too. So, but it's gonna be fun. You know what I mean? I also have I do my own photo walk, which is free, and that photo walk is just to meet up as creatives, and just chill, vibe, and have some fun. We actually planning that as well.
Yeah.
And that's coming out soon. We just got to set a date, but. These are things that are happening in the city that, that are going to be great. There's like fashion shows that are happening in the city. You have Matthew Smith. He has the Fashion for Life. You know what I mean? If you're a male, it's an all male model show. Like if you want to be part of that and you want to be like.
You think I'd be good on that?
No, but, just hit up Matthew. And if you want to model, you know what I mean? Like, you have. Also, Michelle and Art, they put on a show too every year.
Yeah.
Interior design meets fashion.
Yeah.
Like that's happened. Fashion Week for Texas is coming up soon. Like there's so many things popping in San Antonio, but you just got to be part of it.
Yeah.
You got to go. You can't. Don't sit at home. Like come outside.
So invest in yourself. Get on Instagram, get on our websites. Your website is ariaslens.com. Yeah. I should know.
He created it.
Yeah. So
he's the webmaster.
Yeah. Which I got to put it on your website too, so that way people can get on that. So Instagram, not on Facebook.
I'm not on Facebook. Just Instagram.
But you are Instagram and anything else, or just Instagram?
Just Instagram.
All right. So Instagram at Arias Lens, and then website ariaslens.com.
Yep.
And then me at the Brian Snyder. And then thebriansnyder.com. So Yeah, we have a lot we're gonna be talking about.
Oh yeah, this is just part one. This is not even half of it. So all I gotta say, stop being a microwave creator.
Boom.
Stop being that.
Mic drop. So if you are, reach out to us. We'll get you in check.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for checking out the podcast. Go ahead, like, subscribe, all that stuff. If you're on Spotify, leave a review. If you're on Apple, leave a review. I don't know if Google lets you do that, but go ahead and do that. If you're on YouTube, subscribe there. I think that's pretty much it. Anywhere else? Do everything you can do. So, yeah. Let us know what your favorite part was. Arias Lens on Instagram, the Brian Snyder. Have a great one. God bless you. Get a good glass of sweet tea. Don't forget to tell somebody that you love them, and we will catch you on the next one. Oh, and there's another part that I added. The only BS you have to deal with is in the name.
Yep, it's true. Go buy his book too, by the way.
Yeah, I have a book.
He has a book too. I'm not playing. Got a book. Go get his book too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certified author.
Yep. If you DM me, you get it for free.
What?
I'm just playing. Go pay the man.
Bruh.
Go invest in yourself. We were talking about investing in yourself. So invest in yourself. Go get that book for somebody that's starting photography. I think that's a great book.
Yeah. So, buy the book.
Buy the book. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Adios.
Adios. Arrivederci.